Marines know definitively that they will be able to close with, engage, and ultimately destroy whatever enemy we're sent against. We're here, we're ready. We are waiting to be employed to support the nation as the nation deems fit. And you got to make a decision and move. You don't know what's going to happen. At the end of the day, when we land, we'll get that job done.
Here in Darwin and Northern Australia, we'll write the next proud chapter in our alliance. As the Prime Minister and I announced yesterday, some of our Marines will begin rotating through these parts to train and exercise with you and to work as partners across the region for the security we all want.
The MRF-D MAGTF, positioned out of Darwin, Northern Australia, gives us access to the Southern Pacific into the Indo-Pacific, where we can align with partners and allies and provide a stabilizing force into the region. Aligned with other deployed forces from 1 MEF and 3 MEF, we create a holistic approach to a Marine Corps presence in the Indo-Pacific. Our command element is the 5th Marine Regiment staff, reinforced with capabilities from across the MEF to include fires and aviation command and control. Our logistics combat element is Combat Logistics Battalion 5. They are reinforced with a Role 2 medical capability and provide a range of logistics support operations to the entire MAGTF. Our ground combat element is 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines, reinforced with artillery, engineers, and other combat capabilities that increase their lethality. Our aviation combat element is VMM 268. It's a 10 Osprey squadron that really give us the operational reach required when we come into theater. The activities that the MAGTF conducted during the deployment were designed to increase our readiness and our ability to provide a crisis response force for the combatant commander while setting the theater for future rotations of either the next MRF-D MAGTF or the potential inflow of 1 MEF forces into the region.
The LCE is the element to make sure the MAGTF can maintain its competitive advantage. Motor transport support, supply, maintenance, health service support.
The command element and the logistics combat element deployed to Papua New Guinea, partnered with the embassy staff and conducted a tabletop exercise in preparation for future humanitarian crises.
The training that we did with the Papua New Guinean Health Services, where we had exchanges between nurses, IV placement. Also, we visited the Taruma Clinic. We're able to play some soccer and rugby with the kids there at the Taruma Primary School.
In Render Safe, Nauru, the EOD teams were able to integrate with the Australians, Canadians, British, and conduct Render Safe operations on explosive remnants of war.
Fire the hole! Fire the hole!
They also did this on Render Safe Solomon Islands, increasing to additional nations and rendering safe within Solomon Islands.
I think the unique aspect of this Render Safe is that we're partnered with the Republic of Solomon Islands Police Force, who are leading the way, which has really made this operation run smoothly. I think the key challenge has been getting in together, building the team, which is made up of 7 nations, and making sure that all of our procedures are aligned and that we're doing everything safely.
The logistics combat element also conducted exercise BKA, in which Indonesian forces deployed to Australia, partnered with US, Australian, and Timor-Leste forces, and conducted humanitarian assistance, tabletop exercises, and field exercise. Another incredible opportunity for the MAGTF was to deploy forces aboard both HMAS Canberra and HMAS Adelaide, the two flagship amphibious ships of the Australian Navy. Really an incredible opportunity for those Marines and sailors to work on those ships together, to work our interoperability as naval partners.
When working up in Indonesia, we utilized the V-22 to provide long-range medevac support for the combined task force during the exercise, working with the Navy en route care team we had on board to provide an en route medical evacuation platform in order to range the distances that the helicopters in the area couldn't cover. An additional component that the ACE brings with it is the ability to set up forward arming and refueling points. I bring along a Marine Wing Support Detachment that can set up a forward arming or refueling point supporting expeditionary air base operations. It had the opportunity to refuel 5 different types of aircraft from 3 different U.S. services to include Navy P-8 in supporting maritime operations and patrols with the Maritime Patrol aircraft. We immediately rolled into Exercise Diamond Storm, working with the Australians, doing a high-end air fight mission set similar to our weapons and tactics school with the Marine Corps. We had the opportunity during pitch black to work with 20 different coalition and international partners during that exercise. We worked with the Australians in the exercise. We had an opportunity to go land on the Italian ship Cavour and practice our procedures and their shipboard procedures, integrating with their helicopters simultaneously and seamlessly while working on their deck. We have the unique opportunity to be able to spread that reach beyond just the local Darwin area. We were able to take our aircraft out near Brisbane to the Gold Coast Air Show. And we were employing the V-22 in the Gold Coast Air Show, representing the United States Marine Corps, and more importantly, our partnership with the Australian Defence Force and our commitment to working side by side with the Australian people.
The key to success is just maintaining that certain level of readiness that we as a forward deployed Marine Corps force provide that crisis response capability to the Joint Force Commander.
The GCE supports the MAGTF opportunities, activities, and investments that come down through 1st Marine Expeditionary Force and are in line with the Marine Forces Pacific and the Indo-Pacific Combatant Commander. So our contribution to that is we partner with allies and partners that have similar jobs, and then we learn from them and they learn from us, and then we increase that interoperability to execute more effectively and more efficiently.
Golf company went up to exercise Southern Jackaroo, and they took part in a multilateral exercise over in Townsville, and they were the ground combat element representatives from MRF-D, but they participated with an Australian infantry brigade, spanned a couple days, deliberate defense.
They learn how to deploy the gun in different environments, by day, by night, and under stressful situations, like with lack of sleep. And using that knowledge, we can then further our skills on the gun run. Improves my knowledge working with the Marines, listening to their chiefs and even their diggers and learning how they operate, and just getting more time on the tools, more reps, so that eventually if we do need to do this live and with enemy on the other side, that we'll be able to do it correctly, safely and accurately.
We utilize the V-22s for combat assault transport, and the V-22 Osprey provides rapid response across the entire Northern Territory for the MAGTF. Between the waterways, the rivers, and the island nature of this area of operation, the V-22 bridges those gaps and allows the MAGTF to maintain rapid response and mobility across the entire AO. Working with the Australians during exercises and then supporting the MAGTF, primarily through Exercise Predators Run, doing a night company-sized air assault to an airfield.
Predators Run, which was the largest exercise that the GCE participated in, and included elements from the United Kingdom, Royal Marines and supporters, as well as the 1st Brigade and supporters from across the ADF.
Sharing those experiences and together making each other that much more lethal, not only in equipment, sharing equipment, not only in ammunition and supplies, but again, that common experience and understanding as partners and allies.
In Predator's run, we really worked with the ADF and we integrated with our Role 2 capabilities and then providing combat service support to the British and the ADF folks that were out there. So delivering fuel, water, conducting resupply missions with CHOW as well. The LCE is the execution arm of the MAGTF to sustain and maintain the entire MAGTF.
The MRF-D MAGTF deploys with a certain level of combat power into the region. That combat power is multiplied when we work alongside partners and allies in order to bring stability into the region and deter any potential adversary. This has been an incredibly rewarding experience to deploy forward with approximately 2,000 Marines and sailors and to watch us grow as a team together.